Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to give you guys a quick tip today. This is a lifesaver of a tip. This is on the Polaris Sportsman 400, or 400 Sportsman. I'm replacing the carburetor on this, and it's fairly straightforward. I'm not going to go over all the steps, but there's one area where you might get stuck. This is where I got stuck. I did some research online, and there's not really great information on how to deal with this. So I want to tell you guys what I did, and this will save you a lot of time and headache. So what I'm dealing with is on the carburetor, you can see the choke cable. I'm going to leave the flashlight out for a second. You can see the choke cable coming in right here. I've unthreaded just the outer portion, which is a 5/16, but then underneath that, the cable is still attached. So you have no way to get your 12mm 1/4" drive socket on this remaining piece of the choke to get it out and replace it on your new carburetor. And I'll show you the new carburetor. Right here, I've already removed that piece, but it comes with all the new choke stuff needed. So you can basically ruin this. You don't have to reuse it. So the problem is, how do you get that out? You can't get pliers on it very well. I tried a variety of vice grips, needle nose vice grips, hitting it with a screwdriver or a chisel. Hard to do. You can't really do it. You don't want to cut the cable, obviously, because that would mean you have to replace your entire choke cable, which we don't want to do. So what I finally ended up finding that got this solved is my air hammer. And I actually just bought an air hammer recently. I think it was like $15 or $20 for, I forget what job, but I did not have one for the last 4 or 5 years. I just bought it, and it worked great for this. So what I did, I'll show you, is I put the just basic chisel bit in my air hammer, and then in either direction, you can do it up and down or left to right. Right above that area of the hex, it's hard to explain, but right above that point of the hex on that brass piece of the choke assembly, you just want to hit it a couple times with the air, just pop, pop, a couple hits, and that will knock it loose. It's almost like the same thing as hitting it with a chisel, like I explained, but the air hammer is what finally did it. So you just hit it a couple times. You can try it in either direction, up and down or left to right. Hit that, and just like that, in a matter of about 10 seconds, it came loose. And it's going to be hard for me to show you guys to prove it one-handed, but it is loose. So now I'm just going to unthread that and disconnect my choke cable and assemble it with my new choke equipment on the new carburetor. So I hope that answers the question and helps you guys out, and that's all I've got. So let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I wanted to add a part 2 real quick during reassembly here. I guess I'll leave the flashlight off again. The lighting is great. So what I did for reassembly, after I got my choke stuff back on, meaning the spring and the plunger, is actually threaded the outer part, this 5/16 part, back into the larger portion, and then I'm just going to use that 5/16 wrench to tighten down the choke back in there instead of having to try to air chisel it or air hammer it or whatever to get it tight again. I'm just going to use the 5/16. I'll show you that. Where's my 5/16? Right here. So I am able to get a 5/16 wrench on here. So you can see there, I'm just going to tighten everything using that. So that's all I wanted to add. And I'm glad I got this figured out. This was plaguing me for about a week. So anyway, oh, and sorry the video is sideways. Didn't mean to do that. All right, see you guys on the next one.